Well, welcome everybody to Friday at Dunkeswell for event 3 of this year's Wera Tools British Kart Championships. I'm back here in Devon at Dunkeswell. We've not been here since 2021, and what a transformation it's been to this place. I mean, personally, it's my first ever time here, but brilliant to be here. Just starting off, a lot of the new aspects here at Dunkeswell. They've got this whole new area for the mechanics to stand and watch progress. KZ2 out at the moment for one of their free practice sessions. You've got the new screen as well at the back there, which is currently showing some of the action, I think, down at the final corner. But yeah, great to be here. Rotax categories, KZ2 in action this weekend. For both of those groups, it's their second set of rounds for 2024. We start here as well because we like on these build-up shows to talk a little bit about key aspects of the circuits that we visit to. Now, as I say, I've not been here personally before, so I can't speak from any driving experience, but one person who can is, of course, Nicole Sutherland. I asked Nicole this morning, Nicole, what is key around this circuit? What's a little bit different? What's special? And she brought to my attention this sequence of corners here. So whether it's turn 2, turn 3, well, it's a good circuit because it's got proper corner names. So you've got the valley and the summit area around here. It's the area, at least according to Nicole, and she's done a lot of driving around this circuit, that is the easiest to get wrong. So you can, you know, if you get a bit of a bad exit out of Pitts Bend, be overtaken into the initial part here. But look how quickly, once you get through turn 2 into turn 3, then immediately got a tight, almost corkscrew in a way, back round onto the hanger straight there. So you can lose on entry, you can lose in the middle of the corner as well. You can have a bit of an overtake down the inside on the freshly painted curbs here at Dunks. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of action in this part of the circuit. Sod's Law as well. We've just gone quiet as we've started filming this one. But yeah, when you're watching the live streams this weekend, keep an eye on this part of the circuit, because it's going to be a hotbed of action for us across the 2 days of competition that we've got here for Rotax and for KZ2. Right, let's head on into the paddock. The tablet is prepared to let you guys know of how everybody's been getting on so far this weekend. I'm going to do something different, you know. Oh, we've also got James watching planes again. And helicopters. Well, we're going to have lots of pretty shots, I think, this weekend of not just things on the track, but things in the sky as well. Let's head on down. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go through. Although saying that might be a bit tricky for James, heading through the back of Coles to get us going. We will start with Coles and how they've been getting on. A couple of drivers to note in here who are new as well for this weekend. In particular, the 252 of James Kell is in for this weekend. But news from them in juniors, as I say, Kell P4, Ellis, Bell, New and House. Pretty quick earlier on today as well in the juniors. They've of course got a number of the younger categories as well. Their best performing driver in those younger categories, probably James Devereaux, P10 in the mini category in the 146. So keep an eye on James there. Also Joshua Whitcomb as well, solidly in the top 10 a couple of times. I think Otto Amy's being convinced here to have a little chat with us. Otto, how's your practice day been?
It's been great. I've done a good job in that last one, P4, so I'm happy with that.
P4, very good job indeed. Is this a circuit that you've been to before, or is it a bit of a newer one, a bit less experience?
It's quite new. I've been here one time before, so not very much.
But the traffic, the weather conditions have been pretty good today. Are you hoping for that kind of weather throughout the course of the weekend?
Yeah, I'm hoping it stays dry so it's not as hard and I can just make up those positions on the grid.
One of the things that we've been talking about this year is there's a lot more drivers in this Coles awning than there have been in previous years. Is that something that you enjoy?
Yeah, because I get to speak, chat, mess around. Yeah.
and go pretty quickly as well. Otto, best of luck for this weekend, and best of luck as well to all of our runners in Coles for the second round for their Rotax categories. Let's head on round. Quick note on the Pro Train 256 of Shane Chandaria. A bit of pace to finals P24 within Group in another very, very busy junior category. I think at the last count I did, we've got 58 juniors on the grid for this weekend, so we'll obviously be having multiple grids to get them all the way through and into that top 34. Kaiser 2, as we mentioned, are here again this weekend. Bit of news for them. Very good performance last time out at Warden Law, particularly from the likes of Ollie Stewart and from Ella Stevens as well. Ella was quickest in her first transponder on practice. Is fresh off a win at with the Supercars at Silverstone earlier on. In fact, Ella, quick word, looking quick again. Don't worry, we're not live. The form continues from Warden Law. You guys are looking really strong this weekend.
Yeah, hopefully we can continue our speed into this weekend that we've had from Warden Law.
And I've had a bit of intel that Jess is on a new chassis as well, your teammate Jessica Edgar. From your perspective, do you think that's going to make her a bit quicker this week?
I think so, yeah, I hope so.
Good stuff. I'll leave you to debrief as well. I say the Kaiser 2s have just come in, so yeah, Jess Edgar on a new chassis this week, which is going to be interesting to see. She wasn't far off the pace at Warden Law a few weeks ago. To say Ella Stevens looking quick. Ollie Stewart effectively championship leader as well, because Timo Youngling is not here this weekend. Left Warden Law as the top point scorer, but I think we suspected that he was going to have a kind of similar to what he did last year, a little bit of a hack round for the Warden Law round, and then he wouldn't do the full season. So yeah, all eyes are going to be on Ollie this weekend, who was the nominee for Driver of the Day as well, for seeing going forward, can Ollie continue the kind of form that we saw up at Karting North East. Bit of news as well from Jax. Sebastian Behrman was looking pretty quick earlier on today in the mini category. Minis, of course, very competitive once again across the course of this season. 6th in the championship as well. But a driver that I really want to keep an eye on this weekend is the 222 in the background here of Jared Fox-Whiteley. Now, a big bit of practice, development, whatever you may want to call it, was the club round held here I think a couple of weekends ago. Jared was top of the pile in juniors, so yeah, it doesn't guarantee anything for this weekend, but the fact that we've seen this driver and that kart running very quickly indeed in recent times in these parts of the world is very good news for them. Thule Motorsport, Nelson Taylor, I think, is one to keep an eye on in minis this weekend. 4th and 2nd in free practice 3 and free practice 4. That's the 2 sessions that we've had so far with the transponders on. Let's talk MLC. MLC, I think, have got some new drivers this weekend. Arshi Gupta in the micro category. She's in her 3rd ever race in the UK. Had a little chat with her and her dad earlier. Paced 17th in the micro group earlier on today. She has done some racing in India and the UAE as well. Who else, of course, have we got in MLC? Who's been looking pretty quick? Alfie Ward's been looking pretty quick. They are playing music in there, so I'll hold out of there so we don't get copyright strikes. Yes, Alfie was P13 in FP3 rather, and then 9th in FP4. As we have a little look at another one of the minis, Jack Fulbrook-Harmer, looking to try and possibly get a top 15 this weekend. I do like as well that MLC have got a very nice chilled area here that's out of the garage. Henry, who's sleeping there?
Jake Flewitt.
Jake Flewitt is about to be woken up by a camera and get the shock of his life. It's okay, Jake. What were you dreaming about though? Were you getting yourself in the Zen zone?
Not really, I was just going through TikTok.
No need to say any more than that. Henry, why didn't you run in FP, or you didn't set a time in FP4?
I had, how do I say it? I did a bit of tactical executions of my exhaust not being on. So I'm sandbagging against the competition, let's say.
Wise words. In other words, they forgot to put the exhaust on. Right, let's carry on. Let's move on through Origin. The team in black and white. Of course, got Teddy Pritchard Williams again with them. Was another one of the drivers who ran in the club round a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, trying to get some pace round here. Give them time. I give them time. I think they'll come good, but I think the first half of the season's been a bit tough for them. They are growing though from when we last saw them. Elliot Surtees new in with this team this weekend. Now, we talked a lot at Warden Law, did we not, about race numbers? We have an update to race numbers, and unfortunately, for the simple ones amongst us, my rule of the bigger the number, the bigger the driver, no longer works, because we now have 6 numbers. 622, this indicates, well, actually not in Elliot's case, because he's, I think today, just signed up for the whole championship, but if you see a 6 in any of the categories, that's a guest driver. Apart from that, it's still as you were. 2 digits for the micros, 3 digits for everybody else. The 3 digits starts with a 1 for the minis, 2 for the juniors, 3 for the seniors, and then KZs are running a different set of numbers entirely, but you can generally tell when the KZ2s come out because everybody starts doing this. Talking of KZ, 25 is here as well. The Saudis were looking pretty quick earlier on. Ralph Youngling. Ralph, where's Timo this week?
He's at Valencia for the Champions of the Future.
Of course, he's getting ready for his FIA round. How's practice gone for you today? Sodi's still feeling quick like it did at Warden Law?
Yeah, I mean, it's feeling really good this weekend. I think it feels better than it did at Warden Law. So yeah, I'm very confident.
I'm asking a lot of drivers. I always ask drivers this question, but I've never driven around here, so I really don't know. What are the important parts of the circuit do you feel in the KZ2s around here?
Last corner, of course, because you go onto that massive straight, so getting that right is really important. And you've also got the technical sector, so start at the end of sector 1, start of sector 2. It's really important you get those corners hooked up because that's where most of the time is gained in the corners.
I've heard as well that qualifying is going to be really key tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, this track's really tight and it's very difficult to overtake unless you go for a brave lunge. So, yeah, qualifying will definitely help a lot. So, yeah, everyone needs to make sure they get it right.
Good luck, Ralph. We'll see you out there later on. Yeah, that's another one of the points that I've been hearing. That I mean, qualifying's always important to set the grid for those heats where there's a little bit less on the line in terms of each individual race, but you can overtake round here. Nicole assures me that you can overtake round here, but it is a little bit tricky, particularly in those heats. I think once we get to the finals on Sunday, we will see, that's when we'll see the elbows start to come out and things start to get a little bit racy, as we love to see. But yeah, getting your qualifying right and making sure that you don't leave yourself too much to do in those heats is going to be very important. Right, we're going to take a little break here. Don't go anywhere for the build-up show here from Dunkeswell. It's time for something a little bit different. No, it's not Henry Rodette, the spanner in the box. It's something completely new. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the world premiere of not Carrot in a Box. It's not been nicked off of 8 out of 10 cats at all. Spanner in a Box. We've got, for the purpose of this segment, Mark and Mark. There's been a change of plan. We'll toss for who will go first.
Heads.
It is heads. Louise, do you want to be which box would you like, Louise, for the coin toss? You're going to stick with that box. So I can please ask you to open your box carefully so Mark can't see what's inside.
Don't trust them. Oh, hang on.
So for those not aware, it's a very simple game of bluffing. The aim of the game is at the end of the round to have the spanner, not the carrot, the spanner in your box. Now, Louise, don't tell us whether the spanner is in your box or not, but would you like to keep your box or would you like to take Mark's box?
I will take Mark's box.
Oh, okay. So the boxes are going to swap. Now the question is, Mark, are you happy with that? Do you want to stick with the box, or do you want to swap? Or do you want to get your original box back?
No, I'll stick. We'll stick.
We'll stick.
My box, I think.
Stick with that box. Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
100% sure? Okay. Players, reveal your boxes and whether you've got and who's got. It's the other way around, Mark.
I'm good, Anna. I could tell by the way she looked at it. She'd be rubbish at lying. She'd be rubbish at lying. I could tell.
So that's 1-0 tomorrow. I think we'll go. Should we go again? Let's go again. Let's. In fact, this is where it's now not going to work. This because they're not going to know which minute.
Oh, you need
to independently verify and determine which box has got the thing in. So take them out of the room, do what you need to do, and bring them back. Round 2, coin toss again. Mark.
Tails.
Tails. It's heads.
So do I get to say which?
You get to say which box you want, or you can keep that box
You can look.
and have a look. First time. Okay, Louise, would you like to keep the box, change the box?
Change the box.
Changing the box. The boxes will swap. Mark, do you want to keep the box or swap them back?
I think we'll swap back.
Swap back again. All right, so a repeat of what we saw in round 1. It's a very simple game. Players, please reveal your boxes again.
Ooh.
What were you saying?
Wounded. I thought you tried to double cross me then.
2-0. That is best of 3. Oh, is that 1-1?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 1-1. We'll go again. We'll go. Invite minute. Round 3, the deciding round. Louise to call.
Tails.
It is heads. So Mark,
Let's go.
are you keeping the box or swapping the box?
Yeah.
Well, you can swap them right now and then you get a look.
No, we'll have a look.
You'll have a look straight.
Have a look. Yeah.
Okay, Mark, take a look. This is to become the first ever Wera Tools British Kart Champions,
Lot of pressure.
spanner in a box champion.
Got a room full of Clarks, and I'm used to pressure and Clarks, so it's not a problem. None of them will probably see anything anyway, so we'll be okay.
Mark, do you want to keep your box or do you want to swap the box?
Keep.
He's keeping the box. Louise, Mark wants to keep that box. Do you want to keep the? Do you want to take that box? Or do you want to keep your box?
I don't trust them at all. I'll take the box.
She's taking the box. We're swapping them over again. This is the decider to be Carrot in the Box champion. Players, please reveal who is this evening's winner.
Hey!
How can you not trust me? Never told a lie in my life.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our first spanner in a box, Louise Brown.
Congratulations.
A very good game all round. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much, Mark and Mark. 2 spanners finding a spanner. That was fantastic. We're back at DHR, and we'll carry on of our review or preview of what we've seen so far and what we expect to see. DHR. What do we know from them in terms of juniors? I think it's going to be a very competitive weekend once again for Jacob Ashcroft and Cole Denham. I want to say Cole was potentially a race winner, or actually, yeah, very, very good results at Wackersdorf for Euro Trophy a few weeks ago. The number 1 on Macaulay Bishop, of course, is back and was looking very quick in FP4 for the seniors. So, yeah, I think particularly for the older ones, the juniors and the seniors, are going to be seeing again a lot of the DHR guys towards the front of the order. Matthew Higgins was P3 in his second group. Again, a lot of these seniors, not as many in total as the juniors, but still needing to run across 2 different groups. Lizzie Mentier again looking very, very quick. I just saw Lizzie. In fact, yeah, let's have a chat with Lizzie because she's had a very, very good season so far. Lizzie, can we have a moment? Practice 3rd and 2nd, I think, across the 2 time sessions we've seen so far.
So yeah, I think 2nd and last one by like 100th or something, so getting close.
And showing as well that the pace that we saw from you at Warden Law wasn't just a flash in the pan. You've got that consistent pace. What's made the difference so far this year?
I've just changed my mental approach before the turbo, the WSK. I just thought I was sick of finishing where I was at the time, and like I knew I had the pace to be finishing first and stuff. So I was like, I just changed my mental approach to racing, and then I managed to come pole at British and then pole and 3rd abroad. So just a mental approach.
I know a number of the drivers in say juniors and seniors as well have been telling me so far that it's going to be quite an interesting weekend because it's been such a while since the British Championships has visited this part of the world. Is it a circuit you've driven before?
No, I've done a round here a few weeks ago just for a pre-round, and then I was testing last weekend. So this is like basically my first time here.
Do you think that's going to give us some unexpected results?
I'm not too sure. I couldn't answer that one.
Good stuff. Well, we'll see you later on in the day. There's some music being played down that far end, so we're not going to be able to go fully into that part of DHR world. But we will tell you about how they've been getting on. Emerson McCandy-Uren has been looking pretty quick. Jacob Ashcraft. More good form from Warden Law. It's all looking pretty good at the minute.
Yeah, it's going all right. I've been all right in practice so far, so I'm going to try and top a few more sessions.
How's the track feeling in terms of grip out there? I know it's a bit of a different... Warden Law was quite a rough surface in ways. I've heard that it's a bit smooth around here, maybe tyre preservation not as much of a focus this weekend?
Yeah, this track is a lot smoother than Warden Law. Warden Law is quite bumpy and this track's really smooth and grippy, so yeah, it's quite a grippy track.
How do you have to alter your driving style to get around that?
Just be a lot more smoother, I think.
And then looking at championship as well, is it? It's quickly rattling on these rounds off the back of the big points haul at Warden Law. Do you start to think about that?
Yeah, I really want to become British champion. Like, I've wanted to be it for a few years now, and I think this is one of my best chances now. Absolutely.
Well, we'll let you get back in and have a bit of a debrief, and we'll move on through. My goodness, there's a plane coming in very low there. It's classic British karting circuit things. It's not the first time I've been scared by something flying over the top of me at a kart circuit. But let's move on. We skipped over RCE, so we should just give them a mention. Dian Pahal, 9th fastest earlier on today in the practice sessions. Ethan Lloyd and Ansel Murray in for them as well as a team. Rush Performance, very intrigued to see how Rush Performance get on for this weekend. Now, for those of you who perhaps weren't with us at Warden Law, this is of course the team that have been in KZ2 for many a year, but they have had a big change over the course of the off-season, now running the Formula K chassis, one of the IPK brands. I think they're still just trying to find their way with these chassis in terms of setup. I was having a chat with some of the drivers earlier, and I think one of the things they're perhaps looking to get on top of is that balance between front and rear grip. So we'll see how they get along with that. Should note though, they have good records round here. That trip in 2021, the last time a British round was at this circuit, Charlie Turner was far up the order. Ashley Lewis has won championships here as well. Both of those drivers in the top 4 in the free practice session earlier on today. And of course we've got Nino Piccoli back as well. Bryn Kinch I think is going to be in with this one. And James Glenister. Great to have James back. I don't think he's been here today. A couple of the KZ2 drivers haven't been here today. For work reasons. It is a Friday after all, it is a working day, so yeah, we'll see how they get on. And also, happy birthday, Charlie. He's 25 and a little bit more. So we'll see how he gets on. In fact, do you know what? Let's have a very, very quick chat with Nino. Nino, I found the answer to Charlie's age. It's 31.
31 on Sunday, yeah. Not quite as old as me, but it's getting there.
what a great weekend at Warden Law. It's great to see you getting quicker across the course of the weekend. What's the aim for here at Dunks?
So Warden Law was to not be lapped. This weekend is to not be last. But we're getting there. I mean, we were 10th fastest in that last one, putting it all together. Warden Law was really tough, never been there before. We were testing here last weekend, so at least I know which way the circuit goes before coming here. So it should be good.
And the help that you're getting as well with the likes of, we were saying, Charlie and Ashley have both got good speed and good experience around this circuit. That data transfer on these new chassis must be key.
These guys are great because they give me like any kind of tips, questions, helps. We run a similar kind of setup. We talk things through. I look at their data. They pretend to listen to my feedback and disregard it, but you know, it's all good. I can set the car type, just can't drive it.
Good stuff, Nino. We'll let you get back in and sit and have a bit of a chill. Let's head on further out. I do like the layout out of this paddock. It has a nice flow to it. So let's flow into Craft. How about the form of Lewis Gilbert? One at Wackersdorf, one at Warden Law, and I'll just say as well, one here in 2021, the last time we ever came for a British Champs round. So clearly knows how to pedal around this place. Lewis, all eyes on you now. You're the driver in form.
Yeah, seems to be. We've had a pretty good run the last few weeks, so yeah, I'm probably just riding the wave at the minute. So I think we just need to just try and do the same for this weekend and just hope we can get the same result.
What's been the focus? What have you been trying to get those last couple of half tenths on today in practice?
I think it's just mainly just getting the last few tweaks and setup, just fine tuning now. We've done a lot of testing last week. I think we set up with something pretty good, and we've been not too bad today so far. So I think it's just fine tuning, just trying a few things and just make sure we're going down the right path, and it seems to be that we are.
You mentioned that testing as well. The fact that there was a club round here a couple of weeks ago that gave a lot of your rivals chance to practice. How much does that influence things on a weekend like this?
I think it does help a lot because obviously it's all the same tyre that's going round, so it's a pretty good gauge to see what the things are at. So I think it's definitely been a useful past few weeks, making sure we're getting it right for this weekend anyway.
What's the target for this weekend? Would you be happy with the podium, or is it still all out for that win?
It's a win. Nothing less than a win, and we're not pleased. So yeah, we'd just go for the best. But if we can't win, then we just need to get the best of what we've got. And if it's second, third, fourth, fifth, then we just take it. It's just on points now. It's just nothing stupid.
Good stuff. Thanks for talking to us, Lewis. Good to hear from you. Got to consider as well that for a lot of the members in this team, being from Scotland, yes, we've got to watch out for them when we go to Lark Hall, of course, later in the season. Long way for them to travel, but they're not using it as an excuse. They're not letting it be something that's holding them back. Leon Hasty, of course. How did Leon get on today? He was P4. In his practice session of the ones that were timed before we got this recording going. Ultimate R. Zane Quaker looking very good in practice again. Now, the thing is, I remember that being the case at Warden Law. And then the weekend didn't really go Zane's way. So we'll see if Zane can keep that speed going from one lap through those qualifying sessions and into the race trim. Finley Buck also looking good in the juniors, and Matty Hingley was in second and seventh earlier on this today for the seniors. So yeah, reason for optimism, I think there. We're not going to be able to go all the way down into the far end, just for time purposes more than anything. But we should talk. We've got a returning face to British karting. Sam Marsh is back on the grid, and his awning is round there now. For those newer viewers, Sam is the older brother of Scott. We should say as well, we wish Scott the best. Scott's fractured his hand. That was an incident at the Champions of the Future meeting at Portimao a couple of weeks ago. Very, very easy injury to do, unfortunately, but I am assured he is on the mend. Back to Sam, though, looking quick, even though he's been out the kart for 10 years. In fact, right on cue, here comes Sam Marsh. He's been out of the kart in terms of a race capacity for 10 years. Was telling me earlier that, you know, maybe the fitness isn't quite there. After 6 or 7 laps, it starts to get a little bit tight. But I tell you what, the pace is still there. If you've got the talent, you don't lose that ability to get a lap time out of a kart once you've got a bit of training. So is a 6 number. Is a 6 number something. So is a wild card in effect. But in a weekend where, you know, things are going to get really, really close in the seniors, I am fascinated to see how Sam gets on. So yeah, we'll wish him the best of luck. SFR have got quite a few of obviously their regulars, such as Benedictus Masiokas P4 in micro earlier, and Alfie Garrett, who was fastest in micro as well. Alfie Mayer we need to keep an eye on this weekend in the minis. Was another one of the British winners at Rackersdorf a few weeks ago and has looked rapid today. Second in the first timed practice and then first in the second round. So Alfie Mayer showing really good speed. Tom Reed as well, third in the championship as things stand. And Cian Bernard's in that one as well. So they've got a lot of their regular drivers, of course, because they're regular drivers, but they've got some guest drivers or drivers just hopping in their awning for this weekend. Let's have a head into Guy Cunnington Racing. Guy's second in the championship, of course, heading into this weekend. Guy, hello. Strong weekend at Warden Law, second in the championship. Go again here at Dunks. How are we feeling?
Yeah, quite good actually. This is my only local one, so nice.
Does that give you a bit of an advantage in that, you know, travel distances aren't as far?
In regards to laps, I've not done many, to be honest, because there's never really been any big races here. There's a British here a few years ago, but like since then, not really done anything here. So laps, not that much, but it is nice being fairly close to home.
I saw the three of you running around almost in tandem in one of the practice sessions. Was that a bit of a practice for those crucial qualifying sessions on new tyres tomorrow? Yeah,
I like to try and get out with them in the practice to see where they need to improve, and obviously collecting data and try and sort of give them a bit of a toe when they need it, so they know what the kart feels like in all areas, and then also I can follow and see where I think they need to improve.
And no, a lot of drivers have been telling me today that yes, this circuit is very technical in places, but that toe to get that final tenth or so is really key, isn't it?
Yeah, you obviously got a really complicated track with then quite a long front straight, so it makes a difference to get the run for that straight, but then also you don't want to be too close to be caught behind through the actual lap that's quite twisty. So it's a fine line, but if you get it right, it's a big help.
Good stuff. We'll leave you to it, and going over the data with Rachel Robertson and others as well. 4th and 3rd for Guy earlier on today. 16th and 14th for Rachel. 18th and 16th for Jack Gillingham in the third of the GCR machines. Let's head on into KR Sport, the older awning first, where all of their juniors and seniors are living. Another new driver in this awning for this weekend is Hani Sadiq. He's down the other end, so we'll see if we can chat to Hani in a bit. Let's talk seniors. Joshua Graham, 3rd and 4th earlier on today, looking pretty quick. Was 6th in the club round a few weeks ago. But talking of that club round, the winner came from this awning. So if we're looking at the form book, if we're looking at who we know is quick heading into this weekend and using the data, Archie Walker needs a big result this weekend, needs to get his championship back on track. Yeah, Archie 10th and 8th in practice today, but again, I don't think Archie will be too worried about that because the race pace is clearly there from a couple of weeks ago. Let's talk juniors for these guys. A number of drivers in this awning who are looking pretty quick so far this weekend. Matteo Palazzo P10, Ryan Gandor P3, Ava Morris as well, and Ethan Griffiths P7 in the practice session earlier on. I'm feeling a good vibe in this awning this weekend, Ethan. How about you?
Yeah, I think so too.
What have you been working on in terms of in preparation? What have you been looking at in practice today?
Just testing setups and trying different lines.
Different lines through that infield section. It looks quite tight and compact through there. I mean, imagine if you're going too wide through there, you're going to need to know how those different lines are playing out.
Yeah, if you go too wide there, you'll just lose a lot of time. So you got to go do the best sides you can, and then otherwise you're not going to be very quick.
From Warden Law, what did you kind of think over in your mind after Warden Law? Where do you think there's speed to be found and more points?
Just try and finish as many races as I can and just not get involved in many incidents.
And in juniors, that's easier said than done, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks for talking to us. I think has Harney run away? Harney has run away. But yeah, Harney Sadiq looking good. We'll have a chat with Eva Morris as well, because Eva was looking pretty quick. Eva, practice day pretty much done. Have you got another session to go?
One more session to go.
What will be the focus for that one? I mean, the lap times have looked decent so far today.
Yeah, they've been good. Just working on the track position to make sure I'll be prepared for quali in the track position.
So for those maybe a bit newer to the sport, what do we mean by track position in qualifying? What are you looking to achieve with that?
Making sure that you get in the right position with the right toe, because you need the toe for the time. If you're in the toe of a car, you can lose like half a second off your time. And then making sure you're not around people that will be slower than you, that might slow you down, and having to overtake, just being in a good position to just push the car in front.
Good stuff. Thanks for the insight. Good to talk to you, Eva. There. But yeah, no, I think KR Sport in a good position for this weekend. And I think the other thing with that toe, particularly for the start of a lap, you almost want to just be in the distant toe for the start of the lap for this run down to Pitts Bend. Not too close that you then get held up through the twisty bit, but then just gradually closing in for when you then get to the last third almost to bang that lap time in. Big thanks to Jag Rotax, of course, presence here once again this weekend. Fantastic work that they do in this paddock, keeping everybody supplied and right on the pace. I think we've got some seniors heading out on circuit in a few moments' time. Hopefully we might be able to see some of the track for how they're getting on later on. We're not quite done with KR Sport, because of course they've got their junior tent, or what I call the junior tent, but it's the younger one. Leo, how's practice gone so far for you today?
Good. We're pretty good down last week testing. We found some pace and got into the 48s.
What did you change to find the pace, or is that a secret?
We got a
secret waft. But no, this circuit, we've been talking a lot to the older ones, to the juniors, to the seniors, to the KZ2s. They've been talking about track position, that it's quite tight out there. For you guys on the 950mm chassis, is it the same, or have you got a bit more space to play with?
A bit more space. You can move quite a lot around the track, but it's still a pretty tight circuit.
Is this one you enjoy?
I would say I would enjoy it. It's very different to all the other tracks, very hairpin like, so it's pretty good though.
What's the aim for the weekend? What result would you be happy with? Building on what you did at Warden Law?
Definitely top 3, but always 1.
Good stuff. Thanks for talking to us, Leo. Leo Living's there. Let's again just go through how they've been getting on so far today. Ollie Spencer 6th and 7th. Luke Millwood 12th and 15th early on today as well. Josh Cook was looking quick in that mini category, 2nd and 1st. And as I say, we had a little chat with Leo Livings there, a couple of 6ths earlier on today. Let's carry on through, because I say it's the paddock that just keeps on going and going and going for this weekend in the Rotax categories. Hunter Motorsport, news from them. 6th and 5th for Kai Hunter earlier on today in the seniors. Ewan Charman looking pretty quick as well, solidly up in the top 10. Who else have they got? Of course, Benjamin Lawn might be one to keep an eye on this weekend in the minis. Was 5th in the club round here a couple of weeks ago. So, and there's a driver who, if there's an overtake to be found, Benjamin will find it. So, yeah, I'm hopeful for for him this weekend. Ryan White continuing to improve as well in his move up from Honda Cadet, 11th and 5th earlier on today. There have been ball games. I think we're playing a bit of paddle at the minute. Every single time I've walked through this bit of paddock so far this today, and it's good to see that Jack Collinson is back with us. Of course, Jack had a bit of a bump at Warden Law, which curtailed his weekend, and give it a couple of weeks, he's back in the groove. He's nearly taken out James there. I'm not even. Shall I ask how many times the ball has been lost so far? I know was lost at least once earlier on this afternoon. I think that was an infraction from James there, got in his way. Jack, how are we feeling? Had a bit of a bump at Warden Law. All set to go though?
Yeah, I'll be fine now, I think. I mean, the first half of the day's been good, but the second half not so good, but I think I'll find the pace by tomorrow.
How many games of paddle have we had so far today?
A lot.
Is it? Oh, it's pickle. Sorry, let's say. Is this me being asked to have a go? Yeah. Right, hang on. This is going to go badly wrong. Oh. See, that's because I've got no eyes in. See, this is why he stays in the comms box. We'll have one more go. See, I've got short arms. This is why I'm not good in a race car, because I can't reach the steering wheel. Jack, I'll let you have a go at that. We'll head on in to see SPR, Sam Pollitt Racing, of course. The awning that just seems to keep on growing, or at least they keep getting more and more and more drivers in here. We've got some new ones as well. Sam Kohler is in for this weekend in the 218. He's running in the juniors, so that's going to be a tall order for a new driver going straight into the juniors. But P28 for Sam earlier on today. P2 for Archie Lovett, P6 for Kai Clark, looking to continue the form that we saw at Warden Law, and Riley Cranham in here now as well. Change of colours, although again, kind of back to the familiar. It's blue and orange. It's just a different blue and orange to Fusion, of course. But for here in the Rotax ranks, that yes, of course, Riley's changed. Was in Global Karting colours last time out. So yeah, has moved. Wait, come on, Archie, stand round. It's been a good season so far for you. Like last year was a little bit. We won't talk about last year, but it's been better so far in 25.
Yeah, it's been a lot better. Last year I was doing OKJ, and this year I've decided to do a bit of Rotax, so good.
So how have you had to adapt as a driver, perhaps moving from the OK category and here into Rotax?
It's mostly the tyre, and obviously in OKJ it's a lot faster, so it feels a lot slower. So yeah.
But in a way, does that mean that at times the competition's even closer, or the fine margins of 0.1% is the difference? Maybe in OK, that's the difference between first and second. Here, it's like first and fifth.
Yeah, the racing's a lot harder in Rotax and OKJ, so hopefully we can do well this weekend.
What's the aim for the weekend? What's the aim for the season as a whole?
I feel like I'm going to try and get probably top 10, maybe top 5, so hopefully. But in Warden I had not the best weekend, so hopefully I can do better this weekend.
Indeed, but I know you had a good pace earlier on today, so thanks Archie for your time. We'll catch you again later on. Let's head back out because we've not talked Straubs yet, so we'll just make our way out. So just make sure that I've covered all of our big major stories in this one. Micros, 8th for Arlo Gamble, 10th for Albert J Stubbs. For the minis, Austin Noman 8th and 4th in the sessions that we've seen so far today. 4th and 5th for Riley Morrow. Jensen Walker looking to break into the top 10. Harris, come on in. Harris, practice has been good so far for you today. I can't remember exactly what your results are as I put my tablet away, but feeling confident?
Yeah, definitely.
What's Mark been telling you? We've seen him. We won't say what we've seen him doing, but has he been giving you some coaching again?
Yeah, he's been doing data with me, coaching me. Been pretty solid, so good results today.
And for later on in the weekend, I can feel a little bit of rain on my head, but qualifying, you excited for that one?
Yeah, hopefully you can get a top 3 finish or we're up there for the heats and the final. So.
And is it good that in that micro category you got some teammates to race with as well?
Yeah, so like if I'm behind and I've got my teammate, I can work with him to get through the pack and get quicker. So.
Good stuff. Thanks for talking to us, Harris. We'll catch you later on. We're in the way of pickleball again. Although I'm not sure that's a legal play. You've got a red speed cart directly behind you, Benjamin Lawn, James. Let's pop into Strawberry Senior and Junior. Well, actually, no, it's a bit of a mix of everything this weekend for them. Let's start with the younger ones first. Harris, as we say, third earlier on today and was second in the club meeting a couple of weeks ago. So that was good to see. Dax Farah looking really good today. That could be one of the stories of the weekend, of a driver breaking through and having a good performance. So keep an eye out for Dax Farah, 13th I think in the championship heading into this weekend, but could well be climbing up the standings if that pace that we've seen today in free practice can be put into race pace. Max Jolly, maybe a little bit of time to find. No time in the first session, P12 in the second one. Championship leader, of course, in the minis. Now let's talk about our juniors. The juniors that we've got here. Albie Lapper, third a few weeks ago. So keep an eye out for Albie coming back through the order. Also keep an eye on this card here. It's another wild card because of the 6 there, 6:28. Lillian Scarborough of the United States of America in with Straubs this weekend. Has done a lot of racing out in Europe. We often see this with some of the teams, particularly those running on an OTK chassis. The green, white and red and the bit of silver of Tony Kart, of course, that they send them here to this championship for racecraft more than anything, because it is so tough racing here in these British Kart Championships that you often see international drivers coming on in. Let's have a chat with Charlie King. How's the weekend gone for you so far, Charlie? Been quick?
Yeah, good. A few attempts off, but just making it going round.
Have you got the answer to where those couple of tenths are?
Yeah, just a few mistakes made but that's about it really.
Is that quite relaxing in a way, knowing that you'd rather have those times on the timesheet, but it's not like you're scratching your head overnight going, where are we going to find the time?
Yeah, it's nice to know, but it's always nice to be very on pace, but it's always time to find, so it'll be all right. We're about there.
And thoughts for qualifying as well, how will you tackle that?
Just get a good chase and just go with it really, just put the 3 good laps in and just go from there.
Good stuff. We'll catch up with you in a bit, Charlie. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. What else should we note here? Of course, in Strawberry, we've not talked about their seniors actually, so we'll just pull that up. Harry Bartle. Harry a little bit off the pace today by his high standards. 12th and 6th is of course 4th going into this championship weekend. Cian Geraghty in the top 10. The seniors are actually out right now, of course. Charlie Smith we talked about at Warden Law, again another driver coming on in to kind of tackle things here in these British champs. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. The ball's here again. It's not going to get lost again. There you go. So I'm not even going to try and do the football skills for today, although United had a good result last night. I think we'll probably wrap things up there because we've just about reached the end of the paddock. Do hope you've enjoyed our little look round Dunks for this weekend. Of course, we've got all the coverage on Saturday. It's Heats Day tomorrow for the Rotax categories, and then Sunday as well for Finals Day. KZ2 sampling their delights once again here this weekend in Devon. My name's been Andrew Mather. We'll see you with Henry Baudet tomorrow for more racing here in the Wera Tools British Kart Championships.